All right, in this video, I'm going to walk you through building your own AI agent from the ground up. This is part one, pretty basic, but gets things running. And then in future ones, we'll do a little bit more. In this one, I am going to kind of focus on Ollama, which is a free AI model that you can use. And it's local on your machine, but I'll also point out how you can add Gemini as well, which is a lot stronger, but runs via the cloud. All right, so you put in a prompt, the AI model is decided, Ollama or Gemini, and then it goes to the chat, which decides whether it's going to use a tool or look at memory. There is a memory feature to this. That's all part of the agent loop, and then it does its thing and gives you an answer. Go to the Ollama website. I showing you directions here for a Mac, but you can do the same thing on Windows. Just hit download and you install it like you install any other application. Once you bring it up, you get a screen that looks like this. You can download models. I would recommend that you be, well, I'll say two things. These are probably the two that will work the best on most machines, the Gwen model or the Llama 3.1. Because they are under a certain size, where some of the other ones, be careful just downloading them willy-nilly because they could be large files like 20 gigabytes that will slow down your computer. So you can go to their website. You can actually kind of look at each model and see how big it is before you go ahead and download it here. Using Gemini, you can go to Google AI Studio, but instead of downloading anything, you're actually just getting an API key. It's free. If you have a Google account, you already have an account. You're going to use some kind of IDE. I'm using Visual Studio Code, and you're going to want to run these commands in the terminal. That's going to set up a virtual environment. It's going to run the virtual environment, and then you're going to install Ollama so that you can use Ollama in this project. So you're just going to go in and do a new terminal and run those commands. And there's more commands to run though. So you and a couple other things you'll want to do. You want to go to brave.com and get another free API key, and you'll run this command in terminal as well. That's going to allow you to the ability to search the web with your agent. And then there's a couple other libraries that are be useful. The request actually works in conjunction with the Brave to be able to look at the internet. And then there's this PDF and doc, like a Word doc libraries that give you the ability to read and read through documents of that type. And then lastly, there's just information about installing, be able to use a Gemini model. You just need these as well. You'll need the API key, and you just put these all in terminal. Obviously, replace the actual API key with your key here. The model, when you first boot it up, will kind of take a look at the prompt that you gave it, and then it looks at this tools schema, which that's what this looks like here. It's basically all the tools that we've given this agent the ability to use, like Brave Search, memory notes, and it gives a description of it. And so the way it works is the agent actually looks at the prompt and the tool schema and decides whether it should use one of the tools. If it does, it will go ahead and use the tools. And if it doesn't, it will just go ahead and give a standard model response. Hopefully that makes sense. And so when the agent starts, it actually creates two files. The first time, agent memory.json and agent history. And so the memory is basically, think of that as your preferences, like things about you that are important for it to know, to have context in future discussions and prompts with the agent. And then the history is literally just a running account of the 12 most recent messages, and you can change that number in the code, but that seems to work well without slowing it up, and it gives it, again, some context of what you've been up to lately. Just a note on the memory. So if you use any of these keywords, it will automatically save that information in that prompt to memory. Otherwise, it does kind of decide on its own whether it thinks it's important, but I would recommend using one of these to make sure it does. There's also a save button that I added to the GUI. And then inside the code, there's actually this section, this function called build system prompts, and that basically is custom instructions. It's basically you're telling the agent how it should act, what rules it should follow, and giving it its personality as well. So this is important. You should probably look this over and change it to meet your needs. One of the last things I added is the ability for it to read, search, summarize documents, and it can actually even create documents. So the document type that it creates is kind of just a basic text file. This feature is probably the one that I plan to expand the most in future updates to this project. I'd like it to do more inside of a folder. And my guardrails that I put on is can only look in one folder. There's only a limited amount of file types that it can do anything with. And then I use tkinter to make like a GUI for it. And lastly, I just wanted to point out that at the very top of the code, you can change whether you want to use Ollama or Gemini on this for the agent. And that's pretty much it. And you can change the actual model for each of those as well. But you have to make sure for the Ollama one that you actually have that downloaded on your computer. And that's it. Otherwise, I'll share the code with you, and let me just kind of show you in action what this looks like. So that brings up this little GUI that you see here, and here's the place to prompt, and I'll say, please, and save the results to file named MD. Works, it's thinking down here, you can see. And now we're waiting for the final response. So it probably did search the internet, and it used the document tool as well. And there we go. We got this recipe here, and it created the file. Let's make sure it actually created the file so we can tell by looking in the agent docs. I already had a recipe folder, and yeah, it put it in there. So pretty cool. This is just a start. I'm going to do things like try to get it to run tasks that I leave for it and work on it, and be able to kind of automate some things for myself. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully you found this interesting.